since we started from Mombasa. I'm very happy to note that there is a lot of progress in this county on matters security and service delivery. Most of the challenges here are manageable. Like I said yesterday in Kericho, this is part of the country where relatively you can say the security is stable and largely peaceful county. Most of the challenges that we had a few years ago have been addressed here. But let me say that our biggest concern here is the issues related to gender-based violence, particularly sexual offenses, including unfortunately rape and defilement. And it remains a big challenge in this region, particularly around areas where there are tea plantations. And the security team, including the investigations and the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, have done a good job. We are happy also to note that we have very active and fairly proactive judiciary here, where many cases which are taken to court are taken seriously, and the severity of the bail terms and punishment is also seen by the seriousness with which the judiciary take these sexual offences. So I'm very happy that there is a good collaboration between the National Police Service, the DPP, and the judiciary to ensure that there is serious enforcement. As you very well know, we are still struggling with issues of gender-based violence across the country, but it becomes even more severe in areas that are multicultural and particularly, as I said, areas that we have a lot of tea plantations. We have asked the security team to upscale this process. We are saddened by the fact that, sometimes these issues are concealed because the perpetrators are family members, and community tries to use alternative dispute resolution for such serious criminal acts. And we want to encourage the community to come out, expose these pests, especially the ones that are preying on innocent children and women. It's important that we collaborate very closely with National Police Service to make sure that we weed out these characters from our society. I'm glad also that the Ngao team, led by the chiefs and assistant chiefs, are carrying out massive sensitization on local level, and the county commissioner and his team from the county and sub-county have firm instructions to make sure that this remains an issue of sensitization throughout their activities, no matter which other services they are offering to the public. But sensitization on this issue must continue being put on the top priority of the county. The second issue here is matters of fraud, particularly related to mobile fraudulent activities, scamming, and again, this is an area that I'm happy that from where we were 2 years ago, thanks to national and local sensitization, I think that many people have now become aware of the dangers of mobile fraudulent characters using mobile phones to scam innocent citizens, particularly women. Women are the most trusting lot, and in the process become the victims of these scammers. And I'm happy that, again, sensitization has been enhanced, both through local and national media, but also through Ngao structure in the county, and this issue has been dealt with. Other than that, I think Bomet, many other issues are being dealt with. We have infrastructural challenges here of offices of our administrative officers and so forth, but it's not acute, it is manageable. But we want to construct a more presentable sub-county and county office for the administrators, and we believe that we'll commence that process anytime and complete before the end of the financial year, so that we have a presentable facilities that helps our officers to carry out their responsibilities. And this is going to be replicated in the police stations, in the sub-county, ACC's offices across. So we want to also build presentable police stations that have all the officers and can give us presentable cells, storage for materials and evidence and sensitive information. We want to make sure that the working environment for our officers is presentable. I'm excited to go to Jukwaa Usalama. I'm happy also to note that a number of the government projects that were promised by His Excellency the President are ongoing. There are a good number of markets, about 6 or 7. There are at the initial stage. We believe that that will also be completed within this financial year. The housing project here in Bomet is progressing well. As you can see, the first bit of, that was 200 units, I think, is now about 95, 96, 97% complete. And His Excellency can come and hand over anytime soon. We know that there is a lot of agricultural activities ongoing, distribution of seedlings, people are planting avocados, coffee, and there is a lot of progress here. We have the prospects that the promise of Pesa Mfukoni is a reality thanks to the both distribution of seedlings and also provision of cheap farm inputs, including fertilizer, pursuant to the subsidized program that His Excellency engaged in subsidizing production. On matters infrastructure, all the roads that have been promised here are in the process of now commencement. I'm happy that the famous road spanning about 100 kilometers and the other 60 kilometers roads are ongoing now. I flew there and I see the contractor as on site. Thanks to our recent securitization of road maintenance levy, and the Ministry of Roads have paid all the contractors, and all of them are back on site. And this is very commendable for us to see that the road infrastructure. Most of the roads here in Bomet that were done in the last 10 years, a number of them were done through low volume seal. And part of the reason why the government had to put in place the road maintenance levy increased by 7 shillings was specifically to address the question of these very unfortunately constructed roads under low volume seal. And now all of them are going to be maintained, both in Konoin, here in Sotik, and also here in Central and East. And a number of roads to be constructed around Chepalungu area. So I have confidence that, I have no doubt that most of the things that we promised, the stadium, we came here to assess the stadium the other day, thanks to my patronage on the part of the football team in this county. I'm happy also to know that His Excellency the President has ordered a comprehensive assessment of the stadium, and a decision is going to be made soon to not to just do patchworks, but to do full construction of that stadium so that the people of Bomet can have somewhere. And at least my team will have a place where they can call home to make sure that we have good facilities to facilitate. We are very, very proud that the National Police Service has 2 teams in the Premier League, the AP of Bomet and the Kenya Police team, which is who are the champions. So if you see us going to Kasarani and cheering our national team, just know that the National Police Service has contributed about 5 police officers who are playing in the current CHAN. And so if you saw that fighting spirit of our team yesterday, the chances are part of that spirit is coming from the resilience of National Police Service. So we are not always about bribes and corruption, and we must also be celebrated. We are serious sports industry for the country, both in athletics. World record holders are police officers, and also the football team that is doing well. And so that it's my hope that this Bomet youth will be inspired by the APS Bomet team, and that the promises I made in terms of improving the stadium, you will see them soon when His Excellency will have completed the process of assessment. And in this financial year, I'm confident that we'll commence and complete the construction of a good stadium here in Bomet, which has been also a very long-term promise that has bothered us for a long period of time. So we are happy to go and listen to Wananchi, and we will pick all the issues that are affecting our ministry and other ministries based on our responsibility as Ngao to coordinate government services at the local level. I think Bomet is okay. There should be no questions in Bomet because it's a good place. Yeah. Yeah.
Three issues. One, cross-cutting.
Yeah.
After 2-3 years lull, there is an upside, a concern from the members of the public, Kericho, Bomet, and Narok, that there is a resurgence of theft of motor vehicles.
Yeah.
I don't know if our office is aware and what the security agencies are doing about that.
Okay.
Number two, the Mulot issue, 17 years down the line, we're still talking of the same story.
Yeah.
It doesn't change.
Yeah.
The worst part is that as it is now, as we stand here, school-going children have been robbed into that Mulot issue.
Yeah.
And we have not had any conviction in that period. What is it that has made your officers overrun by these fellas? And they are very young and quote-unquote are not that educated. Lastly, in this same region, Bomet County to be particular, we have, for the last 9 months, we have 2 boys who are missing, said to be reported to have been abducted around Lemuru. And their families have sent out appeals to the security agencies, but they have not been found. Where are we on those 3 issues? Thank you.
Let me just say that, as I reported earlier, this issue of fraud and scamming and mobile-related fraudulent activities is heavily perpetuated by ignorant members of public who do not appreciate how how the mobile services are conducted. So people are giving out their PIN numbers, So there is also the willing collaborators on the part of the citizens. And as I told you, on the part of, as a result, why it has gone down is specifically because awareness has gone up. So people know now that scamming happens. It happens in Bomet, Narok areas, Mulot, and all those places. And so people are better aware. And preying on innocent citizens, including especially women, has now gone down. And I don't think that your statistics is right that nothing has changed. A lot has changed. As I told you earlier, a lot has changed. Even from where I just sit in my office, the complaints that we used to receive, I don't receive that level of complaints. In terms of arrest, charging, it takes also, you can arrest someone, but it takes there must be complainers. And those complainers must be able to follow through, and must have witnesses. In some cases, it is not true that has not been dealt with. Some people have been arrested, charged. So it depends on the process also, or court processes. But as I said, it's important to work with the mobile operators and make sure that people are aware of their rights and how to protect themselves from scammers. Because it's also not true that it only happens here. It's only that here it's publicized. But it's happening across the country. And it doesn't mean the people of Bomet only are scamming people and mobile fraudulent activities are only Bomet. No, that's not true. It's national in nature. So it's not like we are only addressing in Bomet, we are addressing it across the country. On the question of theft of motor vehicles, I think that as also motor vehicles and motorbikes, we generally have those challenges near border areas where vehicles are stolen and taken to neighboring countries, whether it is in the side of Uganda when you go to counties on that side or this of Tanzania. We have those challenges, but they are also not very prevalent. It's one case at a time, after a very long time. I don't think that it is right to say that it is extremely prevalent. It is not. Even in the recent past, I don't think there is clearly reported cases in that regard. And where it's reported, we take it very seriously. Where we have had a bigger challenge is on the lower side, the Taita Taveta and Kwale counties, where that was extremely prevalent when it comes to our border with Tanzania, but even Kajiado. We were in Kajiado, that's also another problem. So it is generally a border problem where people know that once you steal and it crosses to other country, it will take a very long time to be able to solve that problem. Yeah, and so that's why I am sure on Monday when I go to Narok, it will be more than Bomet because it's closer to the border. If the day we'll go to Migori, it will even be much of a challenge. So maybe the impact gets to Bomet, but we are on it, and it requires also collaboration with the neighboring country, and we have had. I can tell you, and we will discuss this on Monday when we meet with Narok. We've had fantastic collaboration with Tanzanian authorities throughout. When I went to Kwale, Taita Taveta, and Kajiado, I reported cases of theft, especially motorcycles. They steal and then go and sell in Tanzania. But we have had very fantastic collaboration, including county commissioners on both sides, regional commissioners on both sides working together very closely. On the question of missing young people from this county, that issue is under investigations. Nobody knows whether they were abducted or basically they are in hiding or they are alive or they are not. You know, the case of missing persons, I've said before, are many across the country. And it's unfortunate for that situation because we do not know the motive related to those young people. And I can tell you that their files are open. The police are doing everything humanly possible to try to find their whereabouts. And it's our responsibility as National Police Service to account for the citizens of this republic. And their files will continue being open as we try to find exactly the whereabouts of this gentleman. Yeah.
Ripoti ya uchunguzi ya EACC juzi imeonyesha kwamba maafisa wa polisi wanaongoza katika kuchukua hongo. Labda ni kipi ambacho kimesukuma polisi hawa ama wanaishi kwenye mazingira gani ambayo inawasukuma ili waongoze katika orodha ya wale ambao wanachukua?
Sidhani ni vizuri kusema kwamba ufisadi ni kwa sababu ya mazingira yenye watu wanaishi. Kwa sababu polisi wote waliomba kazi wakijua kwamba watafanya kazi kwa mazingira ngumu. Wachana na Bomet hapa. Watafanya kwa msitu huko, border counties, sehemu za banditry. So hakuna excuse ya mambo ya corruption. Kama ungenisikia jana nikiwa huko Kericho, nilisema wazi kwamba baadhi ya maafisa ambao wanatuharibia jina ni kuchukua hongo haswa kwa mambo ya barabara na kuwa na hizi roadblocks ambapo polisi wanachukua hongo kwa traffic. Wengine kwa maofisi kufanya investigation wanachukua hongo. Mmeona kwamba hata machifu wengine wanaambiwa wanachukua hongo. So sisi hatutaweza kupingana na EACC kwa sababu hiyo ni utafiti ambayo umefanywa tumeambiwa kwamba kwa njia ya professional way, na tuko tayari kushirikiana na EACC kuhakikisha kwamba wale watapatikana makosa haya lazima wafungwe. Na sababu moja kwa nini polisi inaongoza na inasaidia hata wizara kuongoza ni kwa sababu tuko sehemu zote za Kenya. Ukikutanisha ngao officers na polisi wametapakaa kwa nchi nzima, na pia polisi hawajipatii hongo, wanapewa. So wanapokea hata kama wanaitisha ama wanafanya nini haijalishi, ni kwamba lazima kuna mtu anawapatia. Kwa hivyo ni community, lazima tufikirie jinsi ambavyo tutapambana wote kwa umoja na mambo ya ufisadi. Tusiachie tu kwamba maafisa wa serikali ndio wao. Kwa mfano, wakati tunafanya recruitment, tunajua kwamba kuna watu wanakuja kununua positions na community wanajua, na wanajua hata ni pesa ngapi, lakini bado hawachukui ile hatua ya kuripoti ama kukashifu wale ambao wanaendesha njama kama hizo, kwa sababu hatuhitaji watu wanunue kazi. Tunataka maafisa wa polisi ambao tangu wachakuliwe ni wale ambao wako na nidhamu. Asante sana. Ya mwisho? Yes. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
And then one, there are some administrative units in this Bomet County which have remained not operationalized for quite some time. I know you had promised to do something about it. Maybe
Yeah.
you can address it. And then two, the Melot boys.
Yeah.
There is unemployment
Yeah.
is what pushes young people to turn to fraud
Correct,
and
correct.
to look for means. But there was an initiative by the Kenya Kwanza administration on building digital literacy centers in each constituencies. And I remember even the members of parliament I think they were in agreement with the head of state to do that. Maybe in Bomet County, has that been done? What is the progress so that the Melot boys can turn to look for means in the good ways?
I think, first of all, there should be no excuse for any criminal activity. You can't say that you are committing sexual offenses because you don't have money to marry. You know, you cannot also say that you are collecting bribes because your salary is little, because you got the job when you knew that your salary is kidogo. So to start with, there is no excuse for any impropriety, any criminal activities. It is, young people, crisis of young people is not just Kenyan, it's global. And of course it's pushing crime because there are some people who end up going to crime by virtue of, to resolve the problem. But it should not be an excuse. We cannot allow that to be an excuse. However, government must always do its part, and I agree. We promised that the digital hubs and digital centers, a number of the constituencies have already constructed. Maybe during the Jukwaa, that will be a very good point. I will give one of the officers to be able to expound even further how many digital centers have we been able to build and how many have we equipped, and what else can we do to convert the knowledge that these people have. Instead of scamming, it becomes positive. And I think that is an issue that we are on the numbers. I'm willing to get the facts so that I can share during the forum today. You had us another question?
Administrative units.
Yes, administrative units. Yeah, I will answer in the forum. Part of the reason why across the country administrative units were gazetted 2016, 2017, and they are still pending up to now is a budgetary allocation. You will see, even in this meeting, that there are some chiefs who were hired 2 years ago, and they are yet to get salary because of the budget allocation. The more you subdivide allocation, the more money you need to run the location, the new locations. You need AIE, you need an office, you need a chief. So some of them have been delayed. And in some cases, it is lack of budget. We have some little amount of money that we got for this financial year. We will try to operationalize on fast in, fast out approach so that we able to sort out that issue. The details will be shared during the Jukwaa Usalama, but we have 5 divisions. I think about 25 locations, right?
Yes, sir.
I think
54 sub-locations.
and 54 sub-locations. So
Eight divisions.
these are very few. There are 8 divisions. Okay. They are very few compared to the other counties. But we will do pro rata. We'll try to pick which is the most needy, where do we have higher population, security challenges. Then we operationalize as we progress, and some will be operationalized from next week, based on our discussion today kwa Jukwaa la Usalama. Yeah. Kipsang of National Geographic. You don't have an environmental question. I am your fan. Yeah, I was just saying, good to see you. Yeah. Aaron, yeah. You see, you have so many fans, even the DIG. Yeah. Where's Rema?
How are you, sir?
I'm also your fan.
My name is Rahama.
I see you. Say something at the forum. Tell us how you survived as a refugee. And how can you reach out to young people?
Thank you,
We'll do that in Jukwaa. That was a better environment. It's because these people want to run away. They don't come to They don't want to come to the session.
Thank you, sir.
So this is your story.